In this lesson, we're going to learn how we can set up to display our countdown of after we win the game. So we're going to see the numbers overlay on the screen saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let our players know that there's something going on here, okay? So let's get moving on this. Now first we need to create not an image-based UI element this time. We will create a UI text to display text this time. So let's go to our canvas and let's go ahead and create UI text. So what's happening here, when I click on my scene, here we go. Sorry, just a little bit of a glitch there. New text. I'm just gonna get this visually set up here. So 5, I'm just gonna type in 5, one number. And here we go, we have a lot of stuff we can do here. Let's go and let's just make this a little bit bigger. Font size, let's go 30. No, I want something big. Something that takes up most of our screen here. And 150. If it ever disappears, just grab this tool and extend this out so there's enough room for it. Let's just keep cranking this up. 200. 250. Okay. And another quick little thing here is you can go overflow and it'll just allow it to kind of stay in there. So no matter how big you drag this, it'll always not disappear on you, which is great. So I'm just going to drag this big number 5 into the center of my canvas here. So that's how it's going to display. Looks pretty fun somehow to me. Brings back memories of video games. What else can I say? So color, I'm going to set this to white so it stands out nicely with our color scheme anyways. Okay, and that's great. And my anchor point is perfect in the center for this object specifically. Position, I can see this is not quite 0, so I'm going to 0 those out. I'm happy with that. Let's see how it looks on our game. That's awesome. All right, so that's going to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. So now we have our text set up as we wish. I'm going to just clean this up so it's empty. So that way we won't see anything in our game until we actually, through script, apply specific text to be typed into here. So let's go like that. And I'm just going to rename this object so I can call upon it in my script nicely. UI text. Actually, let's go countdown. All right, so now I know what this is. So basically, it's going to be completely blank. We won't see anything until we beat the game and that timer starts. Then it's going to pop up on our screen and start counting down. So now let's open up our script and let's start setting this thing up to work. So this is great. So here we are in our script again. And let's start working. Now, first, what we have to do is sprites for our main. Yeah, I'll keep it in here. Let's go public. Let's create a text variable and let's call it countdown text. Perfect. All right, so now we have that variable created. Let's close MonoDevelop for a quick sec and let's wait for it to update in here. And let's assign it that text, UI countdown, UI countdown. It's only showing me this because it's in our scene and it's the only text object we have. So let's assign that. So now we have access to that text. So let's open the script back up again, and we now have a variable containing that. So let's think about this. How is this going to work? Well, first off, we want to fill up that text box with the numbers that our countdown is at. So our screen will not just be empty in the middle anymore. It's going to have those numbers counting down for us based on what our countdown is at. So the players can see exactly what's happening. So how are we going to do this? Well, first we need to call upon our game state script, which luckily we've already done that. And we can access that countdown from that script. Since we have that, let's just go ahead and create our condition. So let's go down to the bottom here and let's start creating this. So let's go countdown UI. All right, so let's just say like this. If game state dot win game is true, I want to do this. Let's grab that countdown text variable that we created. Countdown text. Let's call upon that. Countdown text. What do we want to access? We want to access the text application of that. And then we want to set that text box to be filled up with our reset timer value, which is going to be the numbers, the float values. Let's open up our game state script. And let's go and find that countdown timer so we can get those variables in here. So it looks like it's not even in the script, and of course it's not. Because we put it in our other script here, which is door check win game, if I'm correct. Yes. Sorry about that. I was confused for a second. So let's go back to our UI controls and let's get access to this. Door check win game. Okay, so let's access this quickly. Let's go and let's go to the awake here. Let's go. Cool. So now we have access to that. And we can finish working on, we can finish working on this guy. So let's go door check win game dot win reset. Perfect. Okay, so it's actually showing up. Now, that's great. So there's one more thing we have to do here, is because text can only take a string input, but door check win game, this is a float variable. So how do we convert that float number into a string number that we can actually visually see and use in here? All we have to do is say dot to string, and because that's a special function, we just give it the brackets and end that off there. That's it. So what's going to happen is if our game state is set to win game, let's move that back. If our game state is set to win game, then our countdown text variable, which is the text UI element we have, is going to equal our win reset timer to a string. So we'll visually see it and it'll fill up the text box. So let's check this out and see what happens here. So let's go like this. And I'm going to see if I can just cheat this out here, save some time. Game state and win game. No, I can't cheat this one. So we definitely do have an issue here that we need to figure out. What do we have? We have an error message. Null reference exception. Object reference was not set to an instance of an object. UI controls that awake. Door check win game. Door check win game. Aha. I have a feeling. Win game doorway. I used the script name, not the object name. My fault. So let's go and update this. Now, you can't expect me to remember everything, okay? Okay, so, but I can figure it out. I just can't remember it all right away. So let's clear these out. And did I save this? Saved. Okay, cool. So let's try this once more. And here we go. Let's go to our game state and win game. There we go. I can cheat it now, and it's working beautifully. We can see our countdown. Now, there is something wrong with this. Visually, it was just ridiculous. There's like 10 numbers there. I don't want to see that. I want to see just the first couple numbers. So let's go into our canvas. Let's open this. I want to kind of round this off visually to string. And there's a very cool way you can do this. Just hit F0. What that's going to do is it's going to kind of truncate the last letters, like everything but the first letter of or number of whatever is coming in. It's just going to truncate that to the first digit. So I'm going to use that, and let's go and exit this. And let's see here. I want to make those numbers a bit bigger. What's the issue here? Was it float to string? Oh, I see. Sorry, because this is a string. We're truncating a string, so this needs to be a string. Sorry about that. Closed off. And quickly, before we test this out once more, I'm going to close this because I'm pretty confident in the script now. Yep, all errors are gone. I'm going to say UI countdown. Let's play with this again because I'm not very happy with how that's working. There we go. I like that much better. Big numbers. Big old numbers. All right, so we should be truncated now. And let's save it and test this out. All right, so we're going in. We've played our game. We've come to the point now where we win. Yay! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Reset. That is awesome. I am so happy with that. It just looks like a video game. Yeah, so that is this module. So we have our full user interface working out here, and we have a countdown, we have all our states displaying, we have everything our player needs to see. So what's next? Well, our game is pretty much complete, but it's missing a huge, huge part, which is sound. Now, can you imagine playing a game on mute all the time? That is just boring. You know, there's just so much opportunity to add more to your game through sound, and we're going to help this game come to life a lot in the next module covering all of that stuff. So I can't wait to start getting some sound effects in this game and showing you how to take care of that. And I will see you there.